Well, our next guest has performed for everyone and with everyone from Prince and Jimmy Buffett to Wynton Marsalis and Lenny Kravitz.
And now he's promoting his 6th album, Social Music. Singer and pianist Jon Batiste, welcome to the show.
Welcome, welcome.
How you doing?
So
Yes.
you're known as a jazz musician primarily, but you're also experimenting with a number of different sounds on this album. Why are you pushing the creative envelope in that direction this time around?
Well, you know, I think the world is in that place of integration right now. The cultures are all coming together. You have the internet bringing people together, social media, and you can talk to somebody in Japan as if they were in the same room as you. And I think the music always reflects that. So jazz can accommodate all different styles, but me growing up in New Orleans and then moving here for 10 years, so many cultures mixed together in both of those places, so you have all of this integration, and that's going to influence my style.
Is that a Cajun accent?
I'm from New Orleans.
It sounds so cool.
It's Creole Cajun. My grandfather was Cajun, actually.
Okay.
And I like I said, I've been here for 10 years, but I never got rid of it.
Don't. I like it.
It's unique. Go for it.
Yes.
Keep it. Keep it.
Now, in the past, you've said that you want your music to transform the lives of listeners. How do you want that to happen, and will this new album do that?
Oh, absolutely. I love the idea of genuine human exchange through music. And that's something I think we shouldn't forget in the time of plug in, tune out, the generation of technology, which is beautiful, it's amazing. But I think the power of a live music experience can transform your life. And we do that at our shows. We play from, Carnegie Hall to going down in the subway. We may play for people and not ask for money or just play for the people. They don't even know about the music.
Wait, you what? You go down in the
subway.
and play?
In the moving train.
The moving train?
Wow.
The train is going, and we got the tuba and tambourine, and I play piano.
You're a
sing.
professional. What are you doing down on the train?
That's where the people are.
That's where the people are. Do they know who you are?
They
know that
sometimes
you're a
recognize me, and they say, "Hey, man, I was just at your concert." And the vibe is cool because it's like they were at the concert and I was on stage, but now it's like, we're as close as we are right now. So it's a beautiful exchange.
Now, you say you don't do it for the money, but do people ever, he's like, here's some money, they'll try to give you $1?
People who don't know us do that, actually.
They do.
And how often do you do it?
We used to do it a lot more. I mean, we're on tour now, so
It's a little difficult.
yeah, we're not. I just got back into New York City from being out for a month and a half, and then now we're going back out from January until May. So I won't be around the city as much. But when I was at Juilliard, we used to do it after class.
Really?
Or we'd go to, just after a gig or something like that.
And still jam out
That's
on the
right.
train.
Yeah.
What are the acoustics like on the train?
Beautiful. We made one of our albums in the train.
Really?
It's called My NY, and we recorded everything in the train. We had the tuba, and of course we had like 7 other musicians.
Wow.
The band has since gotten smaller. The core members are just 4 of us, but we had 7 guys in the train, and we recorded one night of music, and it was a great album.
Wow.
See, I've never seen anyone like you on the train. It's usually somebody with a bad accordion, and I'm like, please, stop, stop.
Or they're singing, I'm broke, I'm real broke.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it could happen anywhere. We call it a love riot because it really is, it's crazy. It's like
crazy.
the energy is, sometimes you get 200, 300 people blocking off the street or something, and the energy is kinetic. But it's people from all these different backgrounds coming together. You never think they'll come together, but through this experience. So it's like, it's love. It's a love riot.
So you grew up in New Orleans, or right outside New Orleans, is that correct?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, and that's one of the music capitals of the country.
Oh, my goodness.
What was that like for you? I mean, there's literally music on every corner.
I can say that New Orleans is one of the places in America and in the world that the culture of the music, American folk music, is still present as if it were the turn of the century. And if you go down there, it's an insular culture because you may not know what's happening in New Orleans if you're not there. But if you're in New Orleans, everybody knows about the rhythms and the food and the architecture, the style, the way they talk, that whole thing. So growing up in that is really giving me a lot of great insight into the American tradition of music.
Now, you're a pianist now, but is it true that you started at the age of 8 playing the drums? And how did you transition?
Yes. I was in my father's band. He had 7 brothers, Batiste Brothers Band, and I was playing as a youngster. You can give a kid a drum, play with the rhythm. Everybody knows about that. So we played with the rhythm, and then my mother was like, you know, you should switch to the piano. That's the conductor's instrument. You can teach everybody the music from the piano. I was like, wow, let's go for it. And it clicked. I've been playing ever since.
Wow. Do you still play the drums at all, or?
Yes.
How many instruments can you play?
You know, piano is my primary, and then I sing. I play drums on the shows. I have an instrument that I'm creating called the harmonica board that I play on the show.
Oh, so we saw you blowing that
that?
the background.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like a harmonica and a keyboard put together.
That's awesome.
How'd you create that?
Well, it's in the imagination. You can think of things that you want to see happen, and then you just figure out a way to get there. Same with music.
I like that.
So you grew up with your father's band, 7 brothers?
Yes.
What was that like? So what, Thanksgiving dinner must have been one big
Everybody
giant jam session at your house, right?
Well, you know, we played a lot together, and I was always being taught, and I had great mentors for music. So it was a beautiful experience. It felt very down home.
Well, talk to us about the musical background of your family, because it seems like you come from a deep musical heritage in your family, so much so that they even helped members of your family inspire the new HBO series, Treme.
Yes, yes.
Tell us about this.
Well, it's a 4th-generation musical family in New Orleans, and now I have over 30 cousins that perform, and I'm always going down to New Orleans to see, you know, my family, and there's always somebody performing when I get there. So Treme is something that I play myself in the series, and even the main character is based off a family member of mine, Jon Batiste, played by Wendell Pierce, a good friend of mine.
Fantastic.
And it's just the flavor of New Orleans, but the Hollywood version, so it's good to see that.
All right, we have a clip of the show. Let's take a look.
Absolutely.
Oh. They're just looking there, people performing the show. What do you think of the show? How do you think they're portraying New Orleans after Katrina, which is based on?
You know, I think it's fair. It's not like the real thing, but you can't get to the real vibe unless you're there in New Orleans. It's so unique and special, you know. But I really think they're doing a great job, and it's definitely spreading the culture around the world.
Now, you mentioned Juilliard. Do you have an acting background, or is Treme your first work on the small screen?
Well, I've done some things with Spike Lee, done a few things, and also I've been acting for a while, but not as my primary focus. It's always been music. And, you know, just doing things in music and, of course, in education, National Jazz Museum in Harlem, and everything that I can do to just bring that culture to the young people.
We were talking about your family earlier and the acting, the transition, everything. So was it easier for you to get into the music business because everybody in your family was in the music business?
It's actually, in New Orleans, I was around the scene, so it was easy to play. But moving to New York, I moved here when I was 17, and that was very different because I didn't know anyone here. So it was really a transition from being on the scene, being the youngster that kind of came up and everybody recognized from the Batiste family, to now coming to New York and I'm on my own, to having to create this whole community, which I'm very proud of where we're at now as far as the community and stay human and everything.
So what was your big break?
There is a lot of things. I think there are a lot of things that contribute to where I am now. It's not one break. I think it's many small breaks. It's like everything is the big break.
Okay. That's good. Working with Lenny Kravitz, working with Prince, small breaks, big breaks.
Well, I love working with people that are not necessarily in what it is that I do, like a rock musician or opera singer or anything, because I can learn from their approach.
So what'd you learn from Prince? He's the master.
Yes. I learned how he doesn't say much, but he gets a lot across to whoever he's talking to musically, or if he's giving direction, even if he's talking to somebody like his assistant or something like
So he doesn't say much. So what does he do? Just give you the eye or point? How does he communicate?
It's a mix of like all kind of. What you say there? It's a mix of all of that.
All that.
And more. It's like,
and you just get it.
You get it. It's telepathy, actually.
Oh, that's what it is.
You gotta have a vibe where you can read minds, deal with Prince.
Okay, I like that. He looks like he could do that.
No, right.
Oh, gosh. So besides some of the people in your family, who are your other musical inspirations?
Wow. I have many music inspirations. I mean, you know, the music that I grew up listening to. I mean, everybody grew up listening to Michael Jackson. Listening to Thelonious Monk. The way Duke Ellington and his concept of leading a band is very influential on me. Marcus Roberts is a great blind pianist from Florida who, his style is the most refined of jazz pianists that I've heard. And I'm actually listening to a lot of, it's a band from Iceland called Monsters and Men. Monsters and Men, they have a lot of great material.
All right.
Monsters and Men.
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
I'll check them out.
Write that one down.
Me too.
Yeah, it's great songwriting. It's fantastic. Great melodies.
Okay.
All right.
Now, besides just recommending music, we hear that you're the person to ask about hot spots in New York City. Where should we go to hear some music?
Yes.
Well, you should come to the National Jazz Museum in Harlem.
Why? Because you're artistic director?
Right.
Not just because of that. No.
Not at all. Not at all.
Not at all. I think you should come because we were just talking about the programming that we're about to start.
Okay.
I mean, one of the things actually I worked with Lenny Kravitz on is something at the museum. And we've done, it's a program called Jazz Is Now. And it's really something that not a lot of people know about because we don't advertise. But we have a good following of about 500 people who come every time we do it. And it's only twice a month.
Okay.
And it's whenever we're in town. So it could be a 6-month gap in between the next time we do it. But we're planning that soon. So if
When's
anybody,
the next one? Let us know.
I don't want to say a date yet, but it's going to
Okay.
be within the next 3 months.
Okay, so where can we
tell
go
me
to
right
find out
Whisper.
that date? She's a chip, ain't she? I tell you. All right, so where can we stay posted, you know, the website or anything, so we can find out your tour dates as well as when you're going to be back in Harlem?
You can look on JonBatiste.com or
Okay.
I'm on, you do the Instagram thing.
The Instagram thing.
That's,
yeah.
you get the picture too.
Okay, picture and information.
We like
Yeah. There it is. It's all there.
There it is.
Okay, we'll definitely look you up there, and we'll be able to go out and get your new album. It's out in
Wait, I want
stores now.
New Orleans slang. Say something in that Cajun voice of yours that's really cool.
Yes, indeed. Where you at? All right now. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
like
yes,
that.
indeed.
Oh, where you at there?
Where you at there?
Oh, yeah. Come on out. Get them going there.
Oh, well, you might as well sing us the break too. You got the groove now.
See, what a band that kick it, kick it.
Oh, we need a band.
I like that.
see.
Okay,
Next time.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, all right. Thank
No,
you
that
so much
is.
for joining us. We appreciate your
And
time.
you're watching Riots Entertainment 360.